Mike Turner, and welcome to Meet Me in Washington. I have representatives from the Ohio Farm Bureau with me today who are here up on Capitol Hill talking about issues that are important to Ohio farmers. I have Kevin Dull from Montgomery County and Mike Poling from Van Wert County, and they're here for their national meeting of the American Farm Bureau. And I really appreciate both your expertise and your willingness to be involved. You come in and make certain that our staff understand the issues that are important to Ohio farming and to how we should look in the future. One of those big issues is, of course, the new farm bill that will be coming through. Hopefully this year. It's certainly up for renewal. I'd love your thoughts as to what you think we need to make certain we're focusing on as we move the farm bill forward. And I'll start with you, Mike.
The farm bill in 2014, we had some cuts. We redid the farm bill. We went away from subsidy-based programs. We went to ARC and PLC, and we shored up crop insurance a little bit. And from since then, when that bill was done in 2014, crop prices were high. It was a good time in agriculture. Unfortunately, crop prices have dropped 46% since then. We're expected to lose another 5 to 6% in the upcoming year or two. We need that safety net. We also understand that the government has a responsibility, and we're taxpayers, and nobody likes to sit here and pay more taxes. So our bigger concern would be that our chunk of that pie, that farm bill, stay more financially intact to where it was in 2014. Some tweaks be done to the bill concerning ARC and PLC, some continued support with crop insurance, obviously, and then we're all about protecting the environment. So there are pieces of that we need to take a good look and make sure those dollars are available so we can improve water quality and air quality in the country.
Well, I know how important crop insurance is to Ohio farmers. In my congressional district and the various configurations it's had that have gone all the way down to Highland County and now stretches out to Fayette County, you can, from one county to the next, have areas that have struggled depending upon the weather. I know, at times, the entire state is doing well, or the entire state suffers, but we really do have sometimes spotty performance in Ohio, don't we?
Yes, and there are areas to where, just like ARC, the way that has worked is better than what we had, but it does need to be tweaked because there are some variations in how those yields are reported from county to county. Crop insurance the same way. I mean, within the same county. I can go a mile or two down my farm, I'm sure Kevin can also, and see a drastic change in yields. And so that affects the bottom line.
Well, Kevin, with falling prices, certainly the regulatory burden is an issue. The more regulatory burden you have, the increased cost, and as prices come down, it certainly provides pressure on our farmers and your ability to respond. Right. Talk a bit about the discussion at the American Farm Bureau about the regulatory burden and pricing.
One of the great things that's happened is, of course, the water of the United States is going away. I think that's been a huge concern of the American Farm Bureau and the Ohio Farm Bureau. Just what we can do on our property without, having to go to the federal government to ask permission what we can do. So that's been a huge one. Always EPA regulations, clean air. That's always been a problem with just all this junk they're putting on combines and semis, and it makes things worse. So those are two of the main ones for us. There are probably others I can't think of right now, but those are a couple of main ones. Just get EPA off our back on some of the things that are just ridiculous.
Well, I always say farmers are the ultimate environmentalists because you have to work with the land your livelihood is dependent upon it, and you are caretakers of the land. So I know when it comes to issues as to the regulatory burden, one thing that you do, of course, is listen to you and in ways in which we can do things better. So I appreciate your stewardship as you ensure that we do have quality air, quality water, and of course maintain the land. Now, President Trump has talked about doing infrastructure projects. What are some of the infrastructure projects that the Ohio Farm Bureau would look at? We always normally think of infrastructure as being just highways. What else should we be looking at?
What's made America great, to kind of coin in on his phrase, has been our infrastructure and our ability to deliver our products to the world. And that ability is in grave jeopardy, especially when you get to the waterways. We think about the roads, we think about the rail, but the ports, the lock and dock system on the Ohio and Mississippi are just critical. Up on Erie, up on the Great Lakes, Those ports for the state of Ohio, for the northern part of the state especially, are huge. It puts us in a very unique position. And the lock and dam system on Mississippi and Ohio, while they've done a little on the Ohio, the Mississippi is back to, I believe, the 20s and 30s on some of that, and some of it's been upgraded. And it's becoming a problem. If we don't watch it, there's gonna be other countries in the world that are gonna pass us just because we cannot deliver our products to the ports and get them out to our other markets, our foreign seed markets.
And distribution for markets is so important.
Mhm.
Well, I thank both of you for being here. Thank you for your leadership and your advocacy with the Farm Bureau. And thank you for being in my office. And I appreciate you being here for another episode of Meet Me in Washington.